Bonsoir Paris, yeah.
What's up, guy? Welcome to Off-White.
We're in Paris and it's roaring outside the Off-White fashion show. On est dans le bâtiment visionnaire de Oscar Niemeyer, l'architecte de Brasilia.
On peut la refaire.
Ice Spice in the house. Bilal Hassani est dans la place.
J'ai fait un matching nail set qui matchait avec le look. Et tu vois, down to the nail, jusqu'au nail.
Burna Boy closes the show.
Y'all bitches better strike a pose like they're fitting. Strike a damn pose.
A collection with a sense of emergency and plenty of refined embroideries.
Ça va? I feel sexy, confident, powerful.
Ready to bite.
We're backstage and we dissect the collection with Ibrahim Kamara, the creative director of Off-White. It's about resistance.
It's called State of Resistance. America is at the center of it, and I think as Off-White, as a youth culture brand, it's his job to create this idea that we're still together.
We're in a visionary building by Oscar Niemeyer, the architect of Brasilia, who worked pro bono on this, because it was for the French Communist Party.
This thing is also stunning. It was like, it looks like a conference room. No.
It is
a conference room.
from the Communist Party in France.
I see.
You need to kind of ascend it, walking towards a mysterious white breast shape and immediately plunging into a mannerist floating gloomy concrete underground. A windowless Communist Party high security utopia. Architecture that screams architecture. The show takes place in this spectacular Baroque high modernism bubble of a room. It's curvy brutalism, classé monument historique. The photo call is set in what Niemeyer called the lobby of the working class. It's now the lobby of the influencing class. The 9 meters high dome is made of thousands of suspended panels, diffusing light and absorbing the acoustic issues of this thing.
This in and of itself is such a spectacle. So I'm excited to see how this space age correlation comes in.
IB Kamara has collaborated with Virgil Abloh at Off-White and at the men's department of Louis Vuitton.
He's going to bring excellence, black excellence first of all, and amazing fits.
Representation is very important, and seeing somebody that's from the same countries as me being on this platform and showcasing at this level, so it's very important to see them.
Le lien entre la fashion, le luxe et la rue, l'héritage de Virgil Abloh, c'est le streetwear de la meilleure qualité.
Nigel Akol opens the show. She enters through the sci-fi sliding door activated by an hydraulic piston. Written on her tie, off, the traditional quote that defines the brand and its ironic detachment.
Powerful, sexy, beautiful. She has like a cute mini skirt with a nice tough jacket.
We're in March 2025 and the collection is about to talk about the disturbing times we live in.
I feel like we're in a state of resistance in the world, you know.
Malik Bodion is second to enter the Celestian Techno Chamber as Off-White is presenting men and women. Angel Gallego as a scuba trooper, une guerrière, plusieurs guerrières.
I feel so tough and cool. I could be a robot or I could be a spy, I feel like.
On their sides, you can read a V, which is how Ibrahim Kamara called Virgil Abloh. V for Virgil.
Bilal! C'était tellement beau. J'adore la silhouette, elle est trop jolie. Et j'aime trop, ça fait genre popstar intergalactique.
A menacing eagle is printed on ties and jackets.
J'ai adoré les épaulettes, la silhouette ici, j'ai adoré les boucles d'oreilles. C'était un aigle.
Ouais.
C'est très très aigle en fait. En revanche, je me suis dit, c'est tellement grande les mannequins que ça va jamais m'aller. Je vais jamais me reporter. J'ai ces pantalons, je marche dessus, c'est un enfer.
At times, it engulfs the entire jacket with crimson predatory wings, casting an ominous shadow.
En vrai, moi, de mon point de vue, je pense vraiment qu'ils sortent de l'ordinaire. Ils sont vraiment dans l'imagination, la création et de l'inspiration, en fait, tu vois. C'est-à-dire que là, déjà, ils nous ont emmené un thème assez spécial qui est la résistance.
Sometimes the eagle is green, the Black Panther béret.
Everyone wants to get in street style, but you have to find a way to make it unique to yourself and your personality. And Yves' work is very, very influenced by the African culture. So it's beautiful to be able to see it at an elevated version of it. So elevated street styles, you know?
A distinctly paramilitary silhouette, from the beret to the belt holding bullets and revolver. To be precise, IB Camara didn't aspire to be a fashion designer. He had never ever considered it. He was mainly a successful stylist and fashion editor for the British magazine Dazed. He was more a connector, but here he is, director. And what did Virgil Abloh, the founder of Off-White, teach us? That there's many ways to be a designer now. Second Skin dresses. Here on Success Nwokosha. She's 18 years old and was scouted on Instagram and made her international debut a mere few days ago at Gucci.
I thought the show was absolutely beautiful. I feel like the structural pieces, the way that they paired everything and the styling was beautiful. I loved it. Obviously, I love the bodycon dresses. I think that there was a great juxtaposition between the really tight-fitting pieces and then the more structured, larger-scale pieces. I felt there was a perfect balance in the show.
Ajok Deng. This is Heather Diamond Strongarm. Beyond her modeling career, she practices traditional healing dances within her indigenous culture, when the dancer's steps create a constant jiggling sound, meaning strength, resilience, and cultural pride. She's the one who wore that now iconic silhouette from Bottega Veneta by Mathieu Blasi that is exposed at the Louvre Couture exhibition in the Louvre. Memi Yangani with the beret.
Stunning, was stunning. I was mind blown by many of the designs and really love it, really love the back. The one with the yellow tag, they bring back all the DNA of Off-White back and it was like stunning. The show was stunning.
Jae-young An with a baseball cap and hoodie. On his bag, the winking typographical motif that Virgil Abloh famously made his own.
Super cool. Yeah. Just like super cool. Right.
Silver stud to accentuate the body, creating a sculptural effect.
Oh, sexy. Major. I don't look. Tell me for yourself. It's great.
All of what she said. Super comfortable.
Sexy, confident, don't fuck with us.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Center stage, on the carpet, the most copied and counterfeit Off-White logo with its diagonal stripes hinting at unfinished construction. It's also seen on the garments blown up, hammering or scorching the look. The effect is hypnotic.
I'm using very Off-White jerseys, Off-White denims, and also really pushing them further in terms of fabrication, in terms of like stud, in terms of like metal, zips. You know, I think these are all things you need when you're protecting yourself against something, you know. That's the thinking we had making those clothes, and we found things that sort of like brought those ideas together.
The arrow of the logo has a metallic decoration on boots, here on Michel Vysotsky.
The energy of Off-White is very good. It's us energy for people are running for something, for people in movimento, for young.
It's energy.
Energy.
It's energy.
Energy.
It's power. Off-White. Hat, Off-White. Jacket, Off-White. Pants,
Off-White.
Off-White. Boots, Off-White. The floor, Off-White. Belt, Off-White. Tell them, baby.
The flare pens that are so Virgil Abloh, with spiky footwear. She's a Venus. She's a goddess.
Can you tell me about the tweeds?
The tweeds give me like a texture. It feels like a very African texture mixed with like a very protective texture. So we're mixing it with jersey, we're mixing it with denim, we're mixing it with like nylon. But also we're allowing ourselves to go into newer territories and explore and use youth luxury on a different level.
The basques of the jacket are open, revealing the suggestion of a corset. This zip effect slices through a tweed jacket, potentially transforming it into a Spencer jacket.
Para mí fue muy increíble la utilización de los materiales. Me encanta el momento del movimiento con los colores. Es muy futurista, me gusta.
A fringed jacket of the most academic and restrained cut for model Nana Yao Aqua Moi, paired with trousers patiently faded in a paradoxically understated symmetry. The trousers are consumed by their own super-calculated erosion. On each leg, a sequence of extremely deliberate tears. Controlled shredding, elevated wear and tear.
I really love the brand, the look, like at some points.
The casting is by Misha Notcut at 11 Casting. The makeup is by the genius Isamaya French. Keywords are statement lips and high shine radiance. Burna Boy closes the show.
Bonner Boy wore like a leather jacket and leather shorts, which is also very much in line with the collection. And I love the graphic at the back. It's an ego graphics, which you can find in American and Ghanaian motifs. And so we really infused that into the brand's DNA, adding new codes, using existing codes.
Voilà, this was my report for Off-White Fall Winter 2025-2026 in Paris. Subscribe to the channel for the sugar rush of the fashion shows and the slow burn of the good anecdotes. Leave a comment and check all our other videos. You can also check fashionmoodboard.com, my website, with tons of articles and interviews. Cheers!
Au revoir, that's how I know.